Hello everyone, this is Crota coming at you, giving you game 1 in a series between Lucifer versus OrcWorker. Lucifer spawning as the gray undead player here on the bottom left hand side of Last Refuge. Meanwhile, on the top right, we have OrcWorker spawning under the name Green Boy here as the purple orc. Orc versus undead in this 1v1 matchup, and I am definitely looking forward to casting this game for you from, I believe, the BlueCup. Yeah, BlueCup coming at you here. I wanted to say, first of all, a quick thank you to everyone who has visited my Patreon page. It does definitely help me out, reduce some of the costs of, the cost and the time of making these videos, as upgraded internet and electricity bills. I know it doesn't add up. I know it doesn't sound like much, but I think it actually comes up to be about like $100 a month for me. So that's really where all of that money is going, and also to buy me a sandwich for those of you guys who are going for that stretch goal. Maybe I'll probably eat that sandwich on the air if I do hit that stretch goal. Once again, thank you very much to the 11 patrons so far. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Gonna go ahead and speed things up to 4 times speed, up until the Orc players, Blade Master, and the Undead Death Knight make their way out. Now, Undead versus Orc, you can see that there's an Acolyte walking back and forth here, and I like this positioning because he's able to see onto the low ground and keep track of the Blade Master without really endangering himself all too much. Eventually, that Acolyte will end up falling to, say, the Ogre Magi, thereby not giving that much experience. Death Knight is on his way up, does have a Death Coil, so he does want to steal a bit of experience. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is still wandering around here. Oh, there is a healing salve right there, and that axe almost disrupted the healing. You can take a look. The Death Knight now wandering around here realizes that the Blade Master only wanted the item and now is going after a different creep camp instead. So very interesting creep pattern coming in from OrcWorker to go after the Forest Troll High Priest, and instead really just focusing on the early items. That is one of the big deals here. He's going to pick up an item here, actually going to finish up the trolls here. I didn't think he was actually going to be doing that, as the Death Knight still wandering around. This is not a good spot for him to be in. Skeletal minions now coming back out here, as we're now going to perhaps be going off to the Ogre Magi creep camp. There is a lot of skeletal minions, and we're going to see a lot of damage being dealt here. The problem is going to be the fact that these guys are ensnared, and that is a significant amount of DPS loss. The Death Knight, however, should get to level 2. There is another Wand of Illusion, as the Death Knight now venturing forth, making sure that the Blade Master is nowhere to be found. Gonna go ahead and take him down. There he goes, picks up a Ring of Protection +2, but is not gonna kill the remaining Troll Trappers, surprisingly. Meanwhile, let's take a look down over here. Blade Master clearing out over here. Wand of Illusion, Blade Master here. So both of them are really just trying to figure out where the other hero is, and both of them are stealing each other's creep camps. All right, there you go. There's the Illusion. They're gonna keep track of things so far, as we're now venturing forth off to the north. All right, there is an ensnared Grunt. That Grunt will take down that Illusion without much of an issue, as the Blade Master and the Death Knight need to be picking up Boots of Speed. Yes, Boots of Speed already on that Death Knight. Blade Master most likely has some as well. And once the Unholy Aura is purchased by Lucifer, Lucifer should be able to catch up and perhaps even take down and run down a Blade Master, assuming he does not have Windwalk. All right. Let's take a look back over here. Death Knight still sitting at level 1. Blade Master going after this 5-3-3 creep camp here. Going to finish off the Null Warden first. And I'm surprised that the Blade Master is still able to get so much experience. OrcWorker is doing a great job getting that Blade Master very high up in level. If the Death Knight doesn't steal the experience from this Null Overseer, the Blade Master will be very close to level 3. And if it's this close to level 3, then the Shadow Hunter will be able to creep by himself while the Blade Master harasses. Yes, all of that, I've seen the future, or at least 100 other previous games of Warcraft 3. We're going to be having the Lich pop out, though, and trying to get that Frost Armor to at least slow down some of that damage. Ogre Magi gonna fall here. Blade Master about to take down the Ogre Magi. I believe it will be falling in just a second. Blade Master, oh, just shy of level 3. as the Blade Master could perhaps take down a skeletal minion in order to get that little bit of experience. All right, Blade Master taking a lot of damage here, not quite sure what's going on. Could have taken down the actual, the skeletal minion warrior there, as the Blade Master now heals back up. This is actually a little bit dangerous. If he runs into a Death Knight with Death Coil, that would have been the death of him. Instead, the Death Knight still needs to work very, very hard to even try and get to level 2. All right, let's take a look back over here. Shadow Hunter is making his way out. We are teching the fortress. There's the bestiary, and I believe you should see double bestiary, as we are going up against an undead player. Spirit Walkers are generally not preferable in the Orc versus Undead matchup. Raiders, very, very strong. Double Ensnare, more focused tech path does work out pretty well, especially if you can also get a Kodo or 2 out on the field. Eat those Crypt Fiends, take them out of the battle, as the Grunts are going to be, I believe, did they get the, yes, they got the Berserker Rage, up to 800 hit points already, and I believe, did they get upgraded damage? I forget what that actually does. I know it gives them more hit points, but it's been so long since I've even tried and experimented with Orc that I feel like a fool. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this. Death Knight comes in with a quick Death Coil, steals a bit of experience there, as the Death Knight now still taking some Troll Trapper damage. Meanwhile, back over here, the Death Knight may... Oh, there's a quick Hex. Are we going to perhaps see this one Death Knight take a little bit too much damage? No. Ends up being able to slip away. Meanwhile, the Blade Master is going to go after another... No, not going to be going after another creep camp. Instead, may try and chase after this Death Knight, who is relatively low on hit points, but the Blade Master is not going to be able to catch up to him. Shadow Hunter, if he had gotten a Hex with the Blade Master around, that Death Knight would probably have gone down already. Meanwhile, the Shadow Hunter sitting at level 1 should be able to get to level 2 here in just a moment. There is that Troll Trapper. All right, there's that Tome of Experience. He's going to read it just to make sure that he doesn't lose that experience to, say, some other unit running by. Meanwhile, the Blade Master down here, clearing up some of the creep camps, going to take down the Ogre Magi, grab the Gloves of Haste, and continue to wander around, hoping to perhaps take down a Lich. But that Frost Armor is already up, and it will cause a bit of problems for any sort of escape plan that the Blade Master might have. Blade Master also relatively low on mana, does not, I repeat, does not want to break Windwalk unless he has enough mana to get out of any sort of sticky situations. Blade Master now running off to the north here and takes a quick look around and may end up... Oh, there's the Blade Master. He is spotted, and now is he going to take that shot there? No, the Blade Master very, very carefully dodges that there, as the Lich use the Dust of Appearance, able to reveal that Blade Master, and now Lucifer can pretty much creep this out in peace, knowing that the Blade Master is not going to be coming around for quite some time. All right, let's take a look back to the north. There is that Shadow Hunter getting up to level 3, and that's exactly what we expected to see, as the OrcWorker will be getting up higher in level, but Lucifer is not too far behind. He is catching up fairly quickly here, and this could end up being a problem for OrcWorker. Normally, Undead is maybe at level 3, level 1 at this point, but at level 3, level 2, with also a level 1 Dark Ranger, that means that he could easily put pressure on this Orc base. No fortified armor on these Orc burrows mean that the Crypt Fiends will be dealing full damage to those Orc burrows in the back. On top of that, the Destroyers in the back will be able to deal full damage as well. All right, what is this? Devour Magic should be able to heal some of the Destroyer, and also, more importantly, deal a lot of damage to the remaining units. However, there are a number of Troll Headhunters already out on the field here. That Destroyer is taking a little bit of damage, but not very much, as we see now a burrowed Crypt Fiend hiding from the blade of that Blade Master. OrcWorker losing 1 unit already. Dark Ranger in a bit of trouble, gets taken down as the level 1 Dark Ranger falls. However, the number of supporting units falling for the Orc is actually growing at a surprisingly high rate. All right, there's Purge onto the Destroyer. The Destroyer, however, does take, or I believe got a Death Coil to heal back up just a bit, as the Destroyer now taking damage from that Blade Master. Blade Master trying his best to stop the Destroyer. Destroyer, however, is doing a good job of trying to stay alive. However, it looks like it is going to end up getting taken down. Destroyer, there it goes, a second or two before the Scroll of Town portal goes off. Blade Master, Orb of Lightning, so powerful, so clutch, as we're looking at the Blade Master and Shadow Hunter looking to get higher in experience still. Blade Master relatively low on mana, needs mana for those wind walks, for those steals, and for a little bit of that bonus damage, and chasing while the units are fleeing. Dark Ranger makes a quick appearance. Level 1 heroes do resurrect rather quickly, as Lucifer just wants to be able to cast silence on that Blade Master and make sure that he doesn't run away. So far, Lucifer, I would say, has a very small advantage, as OrcWorker didn't really capitalize as much as he needed to in that previous fight when he took down the Dark Ranger. Supply 44 over 50 compared to 48 over 50, as we're moving now into this mid game with no clear victor anytime soon. Coming around, Lich still sitting at level 2 though, and this is the problem when you get that third hero. The Dark Ranger still sitting at level 1, the Lich still sitting at level 2, and once both of these heroes level up to level 3 and level 2 respectively, then Lucifer is going to have a little bit more in the tank to try and fight back. The problem right now for Lucifer is that without, or just being a little bit shy on that experience, has a very profound impact. Blade Master coming over, and Obsidian Statue quickly gets shot down there. Blade Master with Purge doing what Blade Masters do best, just stunning that unit so I can't move because of that Purge, and then finishing up the damage. So such a strong item for that Blade Master, as we're looking at an Ogre Lord gonna get taken down. There it goes. Crystal Ball has been revealed as the Blade Master now tries to get away. So far, that Blade Master not going to be able to get very far. Lich now at level 3, and that Lich now at level 3 with, I believe, level 2 Frost Nova, which I think is what he would normally choose. I don't think level 2 Frost Armor is nearly as effective as level 2 Frost Nova, as the Nova does deal bonus damage as opposed to just getting a little bit of extra armor. Ogre Lord now taken down. Crystal Ball has been left behind. It looked like the Shadow Hunter just going to pick that up, and with so much healing available, things are just going to look very good for this Orc army. Alright, that healing ward, you might be wondering, why didn't he save that for a all-out fight against the undead army? Well, that is very obvious, because the destroyers would just simply eat it, regenerate hit points, and then end up dealing more damage back to those units. I am surprised though that Lucifer doesn't have an Abomination, and without an Abomination, this is going to turn into a rather one-sided fight, since the Headhunters can be dealing so much damage. Alright, there goes an Obsidian Statue. Kotobi's trying to run around. They need to start eating more Crypt Fiends, and that's exactly what's happening. And this is actually a good fight for OrcWorker if he can actually focus down a unit or two, or keep these units from being able to burrow. I believe there is a Crystal Ball here. I don't know why it's not used just quite yet, as the Shadow Hunter now needs to run away. Shadow Hunter, if he falls, will pretty much shut down OrcWorker, and now OrcWorker is in trouble. Without the extra hit points, there is no real way, or the extra durability on that Blade Master, there's really no way that the Blade Master can really take down all of these units without getting taken down himself. And now we're taking a look at more burrowing coming in. The Blade Master does have a 15-second invulnerability, and can the Death Knight get another heal off? No, it does not. Look at it. No, and there goes the Death Knight's Lich. The Lich has fallen. The potion of invulnerability for that full 15 seconds, more than enough to hit the reset button. And all of a sudden, what looked like a bad fight for Lucifer then turned into a bad fight for OrcWorker, which then turned into a bad fight for Lucifer, going back and forth. Supply 40 over 60 compared to 46 over 60. Both sides resurrecting heroes. Lich, I believe, at level 3. Meanwhile, Shadow Hunter, I believe, is at level 4. And the Death Knight now getting a little bit more mana. Dark Ranger now sitting at level 3, and the undead Lucifer sticking around that fight, even though he did lose that Lich. He still has a bit of an advantage, as he's now clearing up the Gargantuan Sea Turtle creep camp, and pretty much one of the few remaining creep camps left on this map. Alright, Headhunters or Troll Berserkers, 23 to 27 damage. Kodo Beasts have finished digesting those Crypt Fiends. Back over here, Blade Master takes down another Obsidian statue that was inside the base here. A huge blow dealt as Lucifer is now bringing in more Acolytes to try and continue to haunt this gold mine. We still have 6 minutes left of mining on these bases as we're looking at the Blade Master. Oh, taking down another Obsidian statue. This could be a big deal. The Destroyer is still up in the air. This could be very bad. Oh, there's the Death Coil to try and save it. But the Blade Master was able to get even more damage on that Destroyer, down to 500 hit points. Very slow going. And that's one of the reasons why that Blade Master is so strong. With that Orb of Lightning, a chance to essentially root a target, even if it's in the air. And while it's rooted, the Blade Master can just continually fight. There it is. There's that root once more. There's a Death Coil. And this is just not a very fun fight for the Death Knight, as the Death Knight is constantly using mana that he should really be saving up just to try and save his unit. Shadowhunter still sitting at level 4 now, back out on the field. Kodo Beast wandering around here. There is a Shade keeping track of this Shadowhunter here. No Crystal Ball. I believe it was sold, as we may be going to the last red creep camp on the map. Red creep camp. Could be giving some very nice items. We'll just have to wait and see what those items are. Nope, the Ogre Lord was already taken down. Their only Ogre Magi is left, but still worth creeping out if you are close to getting to the next level. There's a quick ensnare. Troll Berserkers now starting to fight back here. Meanwhile, back over here, Blade Master keeping track of this army, as the Blade Master now currently revealed there is a Shade nearby and causing damage to that one Blade Master. As we now, here we go, a little bit of damage, another Purge. Ogre Magi now ensnared and taken down. Blade Master stealing some of the experience from that Shadowhunter. Meanwhile, down over here, a level 7 Gargantuan Sea Turtle. If a big item, say Potion of Invulnerability or Potion of Greater Healing, is left behind, that is pretty much going to be easy money for Lucifer to use in that next upcoming fight. Tome of Strength and, wait, no other item? Was it a devotional? No, the devotion aura was already there. Let's take a look at this. +9 attack, +9 attack, +28 attack for that Lich. That is some scary damage. Wow. +18 plus the Orb of Corruption, which I believe is +5, +2, +3. Yeah, that is some scary damage on that Lich right there. Pretty much every attack is dealing double damage. As you can see that Blade Master is trying to get away. We could see a Frost Nova. The Blade Master now losing a bit of armor there. Now going to regrouping back off to the north. Little drink of water right there. As Lucifer sits inside his base, he has a really well-balanced army, sitting at 59 over 60. 59 over 60 for OrcWorker. Lucifer getting closer to level 6 on that Blade Master. Shadowhunter getting to level 5. And with a Potion of Mana, that is definitely going to be a problem, as that Shadowhunter should be able to keep up that Blade Master for quite some time. One of the biggest problems of trying to take down a Blade Master isn't just the damage on the Blade Master himself. It's the lack of focus fire that can easily go on a Blade Master. The Blade Master is wind walking around. I don't see any Spirit Walkers, as that would just be devoured immediately. So the Blade Master is not nearly as fragile as you would see in, say, a human versus orc matchup. But it could still be run into a little bit of problems. All right, Blade Master quickly turns around, +13 attack. Always sad when a Blade Master has less bonus damage than, say, the Lich on a matchup here, as the Death Knight now wanders in and is trying to get that little bit of experience to level up the remaining heroes. There is only a little bit of, 444 creep camp left. I think that would actually classify as a green creep camp on most maps, as the remaining units are now getting taken out. Oh, it could be orange, 444. Well, yeah, it could be green or orange, depending on how you look at it. Anyways, Lucifer now wandering around here. Blade Master is ready to go. Is he going to try and do an engagement? There is no Shade keeping track of this unit, as, oh, there is the Purge, and here we go. There is the attack. Frost Nova, as a quick Shadow Hunter healing wave to try and keep him alive. There goes one Crypt Fiend as the critical strike goes up to the 280 mark. Blade Master, Scroll of Healing. Both sides are fighting 292. Lich is trying to stay alive and is having a hard time doing so. Are we going to see perhaps a Death Coil? Yes, Death Coil onto the Lich. Lich is staying alive ever so barely. Meanwhile, the armies are getting focused down rather quickly. Banshee is now out on the field, and the Banshee could be perhaps casting Curse onto the Blade Master. All right, Wind Rider now out onto the field. It looks like the Destroyer is going to get taken down, and OrcWorker has taken down all the Destroyers, and now there are Wind Riders left. I don't know if Lucifer has actually gotten Web yet, and without Web, that Wind Rider may be able to just focus down units pretty easily. Dark Ranger falls at level 4. Lich looks like he's in danger. He's going to get taken down. And with that said, there is the GG. Lucifer losing game 1 in this series to OrcWorker. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game number 2.